Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today I wanted to give you guys a look at the Disney Vinylmation Frozen 2-pack that was released in November of 2013 to coincide with the release of the film Frozen. As some of you may know from my other reviews, I'm a huge Frozen fan. I absolutely loved the film and I still very much adore it. Now I need to give you a little bit of a story on this particular set and why I have it, because I wasn't planning on getting it. It's not cheap if you look at the prices for this thing on eBay. It's certainly up there in terms of expensive Vinylmations. This one's certainly near the top of the totem pole in that regard. But Disney is set to release a Frozen Vinylmation mystery box set on April the 6th of this year, 2015. And when rumors started sprouting that they were going to do that, I was hugely excited, and I immediately started saving my pennies for it. After all, the previous series that Disney has done on some of their films for Vinylmation, like with what they did for The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, have all been very nice efforts for the most part. And what I like about those series is that Disney seems to have done a really nice job matching the design of the Vinylmation to the animation style of the respective films. So when I learned that Disney was doing a Frozen mystery box set of 8 vinyls, I got hugely excited and I had high expectations, thinking that, hey, they are going to in fact be as nice as some of the other series, and the animation is going to look very much on par with what we saw in the Frozen movie. Now, when the set in front of you came out back in 2013, it was hugely popular and very, very hard to get a hold of. It's a limited edition of 1,500, as you can see. And due to the immense popularity of Frozen, it's very expensive, like I said. Now, the reason I was never really after this set is because, if you look at the picture of the characters there, they're recognizable as Anna and Elsa from the movie, but they're not a 100% recreation of those characters' looks. And for that reason, I thought I'd go ahead and bide my time and see if later Disney would do a Frozen mystery box set, which now we know that they are. And, I was so excited for it. But then, to my dismay, and to the disappointment of a lot of Vinylmation collectors, images of the set began to leak out. And earlier this week, I saw on a very nice Vinylmation website, Vinylmation World, that a collector in the UK had come across blind boxes of the new Disney Frozen mystery sets at one of their local Disney stores. And it was quite likely just a mistake because the set isn't due to be out until April 6th, at least here in the US. And I'd imagine the same would be about true for the UK. And when I saw the photos of what Disney did for this new Frozen set, I was really let down. The vinyls in the upcoming set don't even match the animation one bit. In fact, it looks like Disney went the completely opposite direction and did something very, very different. They look far more like Disney's Tsum Tsum line of toys that is now out, and which seems to be a bit of a craze nowadays, but they don't look like the animated characters from the movie Frozen. And as someone who was a huge fan of some of the previous sets that Disney has done for their animated films, like the ones I mentioned earlier, I'm really disappointed. If any of y'all saw my review for the Sleeping Beauty set that I reviewed last year, I love that set. I love it. The vinyls look like the characters as they appeared in the film. And so far Disney has done Lion King, Little Mermaid, Sleeping Beauty, Jungle Book, 101 Dalmatians, Cinderella was just recently released. And, Frozen does not follow the formula in which Disney modeled the characters based on their appearance in the films. And that's hugely disappointing. So for that reason, I said, hey, I need to go back and get the original limited edition Frozen 2-pack that was released in 2013. Because, while they're not 100% faithful to the film, they look far closer to the characters of Anna and Elsa from the movie than this upcoming mystery series Vinylmation set does. And like I said, it wasn't cheap, but hey, if it's either this or not getting Vinylmation based on the Frozen characters as they appeared in the films, then, I definitely had to go this route because they definitely do look far more like the characters than the upcoming vinyls do. So now that you know the story of why these guys are in my collection, let me go ahead and give you a close-up of them. First off, the box is absolutely beautifully done. There's only like one, maybe two other reviews on YouTube of these vinyls, so, I thought it might be nice to do one. The price was $29.95 at Disney parks. I don't quite recall if these were released on DisneyStore.com. It's possible that they were, but either way, this was a hugely popular set and it sold out fairly quickly. Once again, you do have a limited edition for these guys of 1,500. So not a whole lot of them out there. So it's not like a tiny amount, but I mean, think about how many millions of people like Frozen, and it's a very tiny amount in that respect. I really like the box. I really like the coloring that they used. It very much reminds me of the film. You have like some icy blue colors here, a little bit of turquoise, darker blue, whites, ivories, purples, a little bit of fuchsia and pink. Very, very nicely done. Now, as for the vinyls themselves, I am not going to take them out of the box, so forgive me if this is not a proper review per se, but I like the box, and I tend to keep any of my Vinylmation that come in window boxes in the boxes because I can already see them, and I appreciate how in many cases the packaging frames the figures and, kind of matches the movie or, whatever property the set is based on. Of course, some sets are based on Disney films, others are based on park attractions like at Disneyland or Disney World. There's window boxes based on just random designs like the Detour series and the Toon series that was at Disney stores a couple of years ago. Now the vinyls themselves I think are very, very cute. You have Anna right here and then you have Elsa here. For both of these figures, Disney took the Minnie Mouse mold that gives the figure the skirted body. Most Vinylmations don't have that. They have just the Mickey Mouse mold. This is the Minnie Mouse mold that they used here, and I think it looks quite good. And using this mold certainly lends itself well to the dresses worn by these characters in the film. Now the coloring on Anna is very nice, and it seems to match the film quite well. It's got the little Nordic design elements there on her dress and on her shoes. Very, very cute. She's got her little rosy, freckled cheeks, and her eyes are nicely done. The makeup is a little bit exaggerated from the film, of course, but it's nice. They framed the face in a nice way so it doesn't look too chubby. And for the ears and the bow, you have like a little snowflake kind of design that they gave her, which of course, fits in with the theme of the film. Now Elsa, I think is also very cute and very nicely done as well. Both of these are very neat artistic interpretations of the film characters, and I like what they did there with giving her the little shimmer there on her dress, and there's a little bit of a tapering that you might be able to see down there at the bottom of her dress. The snowflakes on it are very nice, and makeup again a little bit exaggerated, but her piercing blue eyes are very nice, and she's got reddish lips. The snowflake pattern that's on her bow and on her ears is different from Anna's, which is cool, as all snowflakes are different, as they say. And she's got her signature braid right there. Her arms are kind of covered with the sheer lace of her dress, and you can't see her actual shoes, but she looks very, very nice. Again, I would have preferred something that was a little bit closer to the film, but I really can't fault the artist of this set, which, let's see, I don't know if it says who the artist was. Usually these boxes tend to say who designed them. Doesn't look like this one does, for whatever reason. I'm sure we could find out, though. But, the artist did a really nice job interpreting both of these characters in a way that makes them very charming yet, and very, very cute, despite the fact that they're not 100% faithful to the character designs from Frozen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you for looking over this Disney Frozen Vinylmation Limited Edition set from 2013. It gives me great joy to have this in my collection, especially given the fact that it is rare, and both of the characters are very nicely interpreted for this specific set. And in light of the fact that the upcoming Vinylmation Frozen Mystery Series set figures don't look anything like what they did in the films, but instead more like Tsum Tsums or Fisher-Price type figurines. It makes me especially glad to have this in my collection. So if you're a fan of Frozen and you're a Vinylmation collector, then you're probably going to want to seek this out. Again, it is not cheap, but if it's either going to be this or not having any other Vinylmation in the future from Disney that I'm going to be happy with, then it was definitely worth every penny. Since I absolutely love the film and I'm a huge Vinylmation fan and collector. Thanks for watching Victoria's Cantina. Until next time, bye-bye.